So hello everyone, welcome back to our second question and answer period. We are going to today be discussing questions to deal with Queen Elizabeth and what happens at the end of her reign. So our first question comes from Charles, and his question is, when the Queen dies, what events unfold after that? So as soon as Her Majesty does pass away, there are protocols that are already in place. Major news stations have already pre-recorded specials in place, and after the mistake of a BBC presenter who wore a red tie when he announced the death of the Queen Mother, all broadcasters actually now have a black suit or a dark suit and a black tie on standby. It's also rumored that the BBC and other major networks will postpone any comedy shows until appropriate time comes again. An accession council will be held at St. James Palace to declare the successor formally, which will be Prince Charles. Although he may not be King Charles, he can actually choose any name he wishes. His mother, though, she chose her own name, and he'll probably follow in those footsteps. At the council, he'll be able to swear loyalty to Parliament and the Church of England. And this is when he'll also become the new Supreme Governor of the Church. All MPs must also swear allegiance to the new monarch. The Queen's body will lay in state for the public to pay their respects at Westminster Hall. As for her funeral, the Queen has helped plan this event. It's called Operation London Bridge in the royal household. As monarch, she will have a state funeral, which takes place, it'll approximately be about 12 days after her death. It'll become a bank holiday. On the banks and the stock exchange will close for the day, and the Archbishop of Canterbury will lead the service. The coronation of Charles will not happen immediately after the funeral. A time of mourning is respected, and it could happen to up to a year later. Queen Elizabeth's was a little bit longer. And there's other things that many people actually don't think about. One of them is that a new currency will be minted, bearing Charles's effigy. The national anthem will now be God Save the King, and the Queen's initials will be replaced on police insignia. New British passports will also read His Majesty. There's lots to do, but there's a plan in place for everything. So our next question comes from Linda Copper, and she asks, recently there's been talk about who will succeed our Queen, with comments like, it may pass Charles in favor of William. I thought there was a pecking order, and there was a first, second, third, etc. So why is there the debate in comments? So people who make these comments are probably either trying to get people riled up, or they don't know the way the monarchy works. Parliament technically could make the decision to pass it on to William, but it wouldn't just be the British Parliament, it would be all the Commonwealth countries who would have to agree to this at the same time, and that's just not going to happen. And plus, William has even actually said that he will not take over from his father, and it's a role that he is not prepared to take away from him. So our last question here comes from Phyllis, and she's asking, will the Queen ever abdicate in favor of Charles? So this has actually been a very popular question, not just from Phyllis. In short, no, she will never abdicate. That's my personal opinion, and the opinion of actually many other people, but in a speech given on her 21st birthday, the Queen said, I declare before you that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and the service of our great imperial family to which we belong. The Queen is good to her word. She's not going to go back onto that. When she makes a promise, she sticks to it. She has done this job for the majority of her life now, and I don't see her ever abdicating in any shape, way, or form. However, when she does get older, her health may come in her way, and then Charles is just going to have to simply take over more of her duties. But, she just turned 90, she's doing great, and I don't see her going anywhere soon. So our next question and answer period is going to be on the Cambridges. We've had a lot of questions about them as well. Unfortunately, some of them are a little gossipy, and we're not here to answer those questions. We're here to answer fact-based questions and not really on the personal life and matters that go on behind closed doors. But if you have any questions that you would like answered about them, you can get them in soon and we'll answer them very quickly. Thank you. Have a good day.